Fine, teacher, and you?
I'm fine too. I'm here. I'm a little tired today because wait a
Yes.
moment. Okay.
No worry.
Because today I have been working hard in my place where I work in CES University,
Me
and
too.
and also I feel sick today. I have a cold. I have
Mm,
my cold is beginning, and I have all the symptoms. So I
mm.
think that I'm a little sick today. I have flu here.
Oh my God. Me too.
Okay.
A lot work, a lot tax. Oh my God.
Oh, thanks for your university. For the
Yes.
university.
Oh, five tax.
Hi, thanks. Oh, that's a
Yes.
lot.
Yes.
But we are beginning, I think.
Mm.
All my activities are in green color.
Green? Ah, okay. It's good.
Green.
Me too.
Everything
Only is yellow.
is
Yellow.
yellow.
My the
Yellow
line
and
the line is the 14. Oh my God.
that's a problematic situation, Diana.
Oh yes.
When we have red and yellow colors in our activities,
Oh
it's an
yes.
area.
The red color is critical.
It's critical stage, I think. I think I'm the same as you. So your activities are in red color, and you're working with collaborative groups or you're individual.
Collaborative, but I don't like because the someone person is irresponsible.
Some
Very
people don't
irresponsible.
participate.
Yes, yes. Or participate 3 days before. Oh my God. Oh no.
You you have to
Yeah.
help them, including them in the last version of the work that you
Mhm.
are going to develop as a group.
Mm.
Sometimes you have to do that in order to help those who can't participate in the first time.
Yes. Sometimes I prefer the individual work, the individual task.
It's better.
Oh,
I got
yes.
it's better when we have to develop individual tasks. I think as you. Um, my all the most of all my activities that I have for the final work will be individual. So I'm so glad for that. I
Yeah.
am starting only 3 courses, and I
Yeah.
think that it will be amazing develop only individual activities for my final task. I'm so glad for that.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah. I understand. I
yes.
understand.
Viviana,
Yes,
tell
teacher.
me, please, how was your weekend?
Ah,
How,
this
how do
week,
you feel today to begin this encounters?
uh, I with more very expectative
Very
for today.
expected.
Yes. Okay. My this weekend was very busy. I was doing homework from the university.
Homework.
Mm.
I
I-
think that everybody here has developed homework. Also,
yes.
so I was working on a course that I have that is called communicative competence, and
Yes.
I was working hard developing but it's beginning. It's in green color, so I am not worried for that. That
Yes.
reason
Yes.
because it's
I
green.
have more time.
I have.
uh, yes.
Go ahead.
Okay. And on Sunday, we were in a volleyball game or play. Volleyball play. Okay.
Yeah.
¿Cómo se dice? ¿Volleyball play o volleyball game?
Volleyball. Volleyball.
Voleibol, voleibol.
Volleyball.
Ajá. Para decir un partido de voleibol se dice voleibol play o voleibol game.
volleyball game. It's a
Game
game.
for my
Game.
son.
It's a game.
And sí, and my son won 2 of 3 matches.
Wow, that's great.
Yes,
Cool.
I'm very happy. I'm so happy for
And
this.
proud. You have to
Yeah.
be proud. So that you're so proud of your son.
Yes. Yes. He likes volleyball.
Okay.
He's good. He's good.
Remember
He's
me
beginner.
when yes when he was playing Saturday or
No. At the school, two years week, or 2 days into a week. 2 veces a la semana, 2 es.
he plays 2 weeks in a week.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Training in the school. But on Sunday, he plays, uh, how do you say contra in English?
Could you repeat?
¿Cómo se dice jugó contra otro
If he
equipo?
played, he played against, against,
Ah, he
against,
played against.
against,
Ah,
against.
okay. Yes. The other school. Other school.
Oh, that's amazing, Viviana.
Yes.
Viviana, thank you very much.
You're welcome, teacher.
Hi, everybody. I'm here once again here in these speaking sections. I'm so glad to be here once again working with you during this great speaking encounters. I'm so glad to have you here, to see you here on my online encounter for the course Intermediate English. Today, we are going to enjoy a lot this encounter because we are going to talk about um, working with our imagination, being heroes, superheroes, um, all the activities that we would like to develop if we were heroes. Okay, so I'm sure that you will enjoy this great speaking encounter for today. But first of all, I would like to greet to everyone, know a little bit about how was your weekend, and also to practice irregular verbs that we have studied during these speaking sections. So I hope that you take this opportunity to use your knowledge and practice irregular verbs, telling me the no your past experience in the weekend using the simple paths. So I'm going to ask you how are you and how was your weekend. The idea is to practice how to pronounce the simple paths. Okay, I'm going to begin with Lisette. Hi, Lisette. How are you?
My
Lisette.
hello,
Hi.
teacher.
How are you?
Fine, and you? How are you, teacher?
I'm fine. Today I feel sick. I have a cold, um, flu. I don't know if you had flu the last encounter. Today is
Oh,
my turn.
yes,
This is terrible.
yes.
I feel as a zombie today because
I'm
the
sorry,
cold is
teacher.
beginning. My cold is beginning, and I think that is the most difficult stage when it
Oh,
begins.
okay.
But I
Yes,
am with
teacher.
a great attitude today for this speaking section, Lisa.
Yes, teacher.
Michelle, please tell me how was your weekend? What did you do in the weekend, during the weekend?
Okay. From Monday to Saturday, I was working, and Sunday, I
Yes.
was visit my parents and my brother. And I had a lunch with theirs. I don't know. And I was with a friend because his mother died.
Lisette, wait a moment. I'm going to tell my dogs that they have to stay in silence.
Okay.
Please wait a moment.
Okay.
Hi, Chi. Ya, pues. Ya, ya. Ya, ya. Ya, ya, no. Ya, ya, pues. Vaya, pues. Vaya, vaya. Venga para acá. Venga. He said, hi, sorry for that. You was disturbing me.
Don't worry, teacher.
Go ahead.
And
Yes,
again,
go ahead.
okay, I was visit my family, my parents and my brother, and had a lunch. In the afternoon, I was
But in what place? In your house, or you go out with your parents?
again your dog teacher.
Okay.
Eh, I was visit my family in a town, Timbio. It's near Timbio.
Very nice.
It's a town.
Quindío, Quindío,
Like right
Quindío.
in the
I understood Quindío. I
no, no,
understood.
no. Timbio is a town.
Oh, it
It's
could
near
be
to
amazing
Popayán.
that place.
Yeah.
I didn't hear about the place. What kind of activities do the people in that place? We said
In
they
in Timbio?
yes in Quindío.
Oh,
What are the crops? They plant coffee or cane
maybe
sugar.
uh, um, I don't know.
It could
We
be
stay at home.
yeah,
Maybe how do you say comer helado? And eat ice cream.
eat ice
Ice
cream.
cream, yes.
Yes, eat ice cream.
Yes. Sometimes I going to visit my grandparents. Is 1 hour from Popayán.
Yes.
I- it's a farm. It's beautiful.
Okay. Thank you very much,
Yes.
Lisa. Thank you.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay. Hi, Juliet. How are you? Nice to have you here.
Hi. Hi. I'm excited as always. Thank you.
Okay. Hey, Juliet, please tell me, how was your weekend? Have you enjoyed your weekend?
Well, I'm seeing my my weekend very blurry. It's like I have so much things to do that I barely remember everything that I have done.
Yes.
But it was a very quiet weekend. Like as every weekend, I do um, uh, works from
Okay.
university, and that's all.
Okay. But you have your courses in red or yellow or green.
No, just one. I have one in yellow, but the rest is in green. And but I don't know. I'm a very anxious person, so I don't know. No matter what the color, which color is are the courses. So I always like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I have to this pass. No matter which color have are the courses.
Okay. Well, maybe because you're a responsible person, I think.
Yeah.
So you develop your individual tasks. You make contributions to the program. Maybe I think.
Yeah. Eh, every person that knows me always say to me that I'm just go to the extreme with being so responsible and being a very anxious person with everything.
That's great. That's great. Um, Juliet, thank you. How do you feel for this first section of us or speaking encounters for this week? How do you feel today?
I don't know. You can repeat again. Sorry.
How do you feel today to participate during this speaking section? What are your expectations today? What
I don't
are,
know. I hear that you mentioned something about superheroes, and I was just jumping when you say that. So I'm pretty
okay.
excited.
Okay. It could be amazing because the idea is to learn the modal verb would, would, would,
Okay.
and I know that you will enjoy. I
Yeah,
have
I'm pretty
prepared,
excited about that.
yes, I have prepared that lesson plan on Saturday. Um, and I think that you will enjoy. I hope that.
Yeah, I
I
hope that too.
promise that will be enjoyable for you.
Okay, teacher.
Thank you. Thank you, Juliet. Hi, Fernay. How are you? How are you, Fernay?
Good evening, teacher. How do you read me?
I'm hearing you very excellent. I think excellent.
Okay, good evening, teacher. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm glad to have to see you here, Pernay, because I hope when I see everyone in my encounter in this speaking section, um, ready to participate and enjoy these great speaking sections. So I'm glad to see you here, Pernay. Welcome to be here once again. Please tell me, how was your weekend, Pernay?
Okay, thank you, teacher. So my weekend was relaxed. On Saturday, I went to shopping, and in the afternoon, I just stay here at home and relax. In the evening, Saturday, we watched a movie on HBO, and that was the Baby Driver. It was a premiere. And on Sunday, I didn't nothing special. I just helped here in home to. So we did cleaning and some kind of house things here on Sunday. And on Sunday evening, I study for the university.
That's amazing. You can say for the word that you have tried to find, housekeeping. Housekeeping is the word. Housekeeping.
Okay. Yes. Yes. We did
Housekeeping.
housekeeping.
This is one word that you have learned today. Okay,
Thank
Vernay.
you.
Thank you, Vernay. Carolina, how are you?
How are you, teacher?
I'm fine. I'm glad. I repeat once again, I'm so glad to have you here for this first speaking section for this week. So I'm so glad to have you here, Carolina. Welcome to participate here during the speaking sections. I would like to know about how was your weekend. So you
Um,
tell me.
yes, okay, teacher. Bueno,
Yes.
on Saturday in the morning, I did a restaurant in the afternoon.
But
Uh,
could you do, What kind of activities did you do on Saturday morning?
Red
Oh,
room. Yes.
red. I understood a restaurant. What?
Restaurant. Yes. And
Okay.
in the afternoon, give a bite to children. Mm, um, perform the work of the university. Yes, university. And on Sunday, they invitate me to lunch. And in the evening, I went to my mom's house to make hamburgers, delicious
Oh,
hamburgers.
I would like to taste one.
Yes.
Oh, Carolina, when you went to have lunch with I don't know, with your friends or family, what where do you go? Do you went to a mall shop or a commercial center, or
Uh,
you well in
no,
another house of your?
no, to another house.
Oh,
Uh, but is the mom for the children.
oh, that's great. So you was sharing the time with your family on Saturday.
Ah,
That's
no.
great.
Yes.
That's great and amazing, Carolina. Um, Thank you. Diana has told me that she is having a delay because she's attending a meeting. So, I don't know, in in any moment, I don't know when, she will be joining us. Okay, I'm waiting for her, and I miss a lot her. I miss to everyone when someone can't participate here. I miss to everyone. Okay. Well, my students, as I was speaking to you, the idea for this encounter is to practice the modal verb would. The idea is that you can achieve good competence practicing when you are speaking. uh, you can use this great modal verb that I think that is useful to learn because it provides you the opportunity to use a lot of sentences. It facilitates for you to express desires, conditionals, moments. You can use this verb a lot. Is very useful, and I think that it is good idea to practice and learn. If you know how to use this verb, today is the opportunity to practice a lot this verb. So I'm going to begin with the speaking section with the lesson plan that I have prepared for you. The first activity that I have. Hmm, wait a moment. The first activity is to practice previous knowledge, to practice the previous knowledge that you have. We have been working in how to speak in the simple past. So I'm going to ask you, how was your experience to learning English? How do you feel? How do you feel in your first class of English? I'm going to tell you my first experience when I went to my first class of English. I'm going to tell that. So please listen carefully to listen me telling you my first experience in an English class. Um, when I well now I am starting the bachelor degree in English as a foreign language. But my first contact in English when I decided to learn English, I went to a school for learn to that is that they teach English. They teach English and they promise that in 1 year you will speak very good and good English. So I didn't achieve that competence because I have practiced a lot. I have achieved good competence. It's true, but I think that I have learned. Okay, that's the idea to practice the simple facts. I have learned the basic structures of English to express my ideas through English. So I feel so happy for that. I felt so happy. Wait, sorry for that. I felt so happy for that. But my first traumatic experience with English was when I entered to the classroom, to the room, and the teachers were speaking everything in English. I didn't understand nothing, and I felt worried because no one can use Spanish in that classroom. If you have to ask something, you have to raise up your hands and ask all the questions in English. When I began to study my first lesson plan in English, I feel I felt worried because I didn't understand nothing. I remember when that the first activity was learning about the family, and the idea was to learn the pronouns and how conjugate the verb to be, and I didn't understand anything. So it was very difficult for me to achieve my first lesson plan when I decided to study English. And I remember that I spent 50 days learning to use the pronouns and conjugate them with the verb to be. And I felt anxious because I want, I want, I want to achieve my competence in English, and I remember the most beautiful thing that I have done was practice a lot, practice. I think that I was that kind of person who who felt as addicted for English. I began to practice, listen as many times audios about how to conjugate uh, pronouns with the verb to be. So it was very difficult for me. But when I began to use my speaking English to to use my to transmit my ideas and thoughts using English it was when I have studied for 6 years. No, sorry, for 6 months. 6 months. Okay, so when I began to speak English, I felt happily and was almost incredible for me. So I'm so glad that today I am teaching English and to be transmitting these speaking encounters in online time. So I'm so glad for that, and also I recognize that I am proud. I have to study a lot to achieve an advanced level of English. I have to. I recognize that I have to practice more a lot. I don't know how much I have to practice to achieve my C1 level. That is my goal for this year. It's my goal to this year. I am thinking to present it, or I have to present, of course, as a mandatory to graduate and take to B1 to B2 level to graduate. But I think I am going to fight to achieve the zero level. I think that I will achieve that level. I'm sure of that, and I hope that. I hope that you have enjoyed how was my experience learning English. And it's your turn to tell me how was your experience, your first experience learning English. How traumatic was for you? What were your thoughts about? If you were worried or not about learning English. So please tell me all your experience or your feelings that you felt when you were learning English for the first time. And Viviana, please tell me how was your experience?
I teach. My first experience was in the school, yes,
Yeah,
but I hate English when I was at school. Hated, very hated.
and you are
Because,
working with English.
oh my gosh, because my teacher my teacher was horrible, very strict, and very hungry. Oh my god. No, no, she was no good teacher. And but all changed when my my for my children, for my
Yeah,
children, yes, because they motivate, me, me motivaron,
motivate, motivate
motivate,
me.
yes,
Okay.
motivate me, the learn English, because I stayed I stayed see the other form the English more friendly, yes, friendly and easy. I I don't know. mm, okay.
Viviana, I have
Yes.
a question for you. Did you have received speaking classes of English where the teacher speak only in English? Have you received one class?
When I student in the school,
Yes.
no.
Your
Uh,
teacher, your teacher in your school thought is an irregular verb of teach.
uh-huh.
Your teacher taught you all the classes in English.
No, no, the mixes, yes, in English, Spanish, but more in Spanish. And she learn the best,
Okay.
all time, the least best,
Yeah.
tons, 100 birds. Learn. Oh my gosh. And
I hate. Let me tell you
it's
something.
traumatic. It's traumatic.
I hate that way of learning English when you have to remember a list of vocabulary,
Oy,
unknown words.
horrible, horrible. But now the English is better. Yes. My son and my daughter, the English level is better. My level.
No, but you have a good level of English. You
No.
you have to practice. But you're master. You master a good level. The only thing you have to practice.
Yes, more
But
practice.
I think I see that you have a good level of English. No respect.
Thanks, teacher. I studied the series or the learn English when I sixth grade
When I
when I
was
was sixth grade, yes.
yes.
But my children was stay learn English. mm, Desde from,
Since
yes, uh,
since
since the parvulus grade.
yes.
Yes, yeah, is the, not temprana, okay? For this, for that, they better in English. Yes.
Viviana, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you to share with us your experience. I think that you have had a good experience. First of all, because listen to me carefully. You have had, tú has tenido, you have had a bad teacher, and I think that you have learned uh, from her, because you don't have to be as she as her, sorry, as her. You have to be a good teacher. When you finish this great program, you have to be a good teacher, and you will know a lot of strategies to use and teach English. And and it's, I think that is an opportunity that you have had in your life, the perception about how the teachers teach English. I think that it has been a good experience that you have had in your life as a professional teacher. Okay, Viviana.
Okay, teacher. Thank you for your recommendation.
Carolina, hey, Carolina, please tell me, how was your first experience with English classes, when you face the real situation with English, not in the school where we have to listen teachers speaking Spanish, but some teachers, it's a good idea. It's good. They teach they teach English using Spanish. I think that is a good way to teach English for people who are beginning in learning English. But we learn better when we have real English classes using the direct method of learning English. The direct method. This is the direct method. I love this method to learning English. Oh, please tell me, how was your experience learning English?
Okay, well, and a year ago, this an experience begin. The first in the first day, for me is nervous, yes, but I don't like how the process with with the with the word in school, yes, and competence, I forget, competence evaluation, um, uh, um, structures, okay, and all the terminal for the word in a school. For me, I feel,
I feel, I
yes,
feel.
I felt,
You're talking about the past experiences.
yes,
Not the regular verbs and simple past. I
yes,
feel.
I felt forget, but I don't understand the platform, plataforma, platform.
Oh,
Yes,
you were studying with a platform, but
yes.
in the UNAT or in another school?
Uh, I don't understand.
No. You were talking that you were working with a platform, okay?
Yes.
But in that time you were learning English.
No. It's only the information for the parents and the
Ah,
notes and escolar, seguimiento escolar. What the
wait a
yes.
moment. Scholar management.
Okay. Escolar management.
Go ahead. Go
Yes.
ahead.
Okay. In this year, For me, yes, other surprise, because I start to learn the keys, little keys, jardín, prejardín, transición, y párvulo. And is another word. The process and the strategies and all is different. All for the forms to learn the keys is very different. Oh no, say it's different.
Yes.
It's different for the keys, the first o second o bueno, no problem. But is agotador.
Stressful.
Exhausting.
Exhausting.
Exhausting. It's very exhausting. But for the the plays, the games, and nothing right, no escribe, and it's very speaking and game, speaking and game, speaking and game. I don't moment that you sit, but it's for kids, yes.
Yeah.
And I feel teacher, I feel scared. Yes, I feel scared. What in the school be in degree secondary.
Yeah.
Yes, but in this moment, I don't feel sure that the speaking all in English, but in the school, and is 15 class, yes, 15 but English, 15 Spanish. In this moment, the coordinator that say, and to the class teacher all in English, but for this is impossible. And yes, they are children that know yes, that knows in English nothing, only vocabulary, structure little, yes. But for my class is 17% in English, 13 in Spanish.
Okay. You're telling something right. I never thought that because I didn't have the opportunity to teach children, and it could be very very difficult. I think because if they don't they are learning Spanish, they are only learning Spanish, and to face the new environment to learning a foreign language for them it could be very difficult sometimes, I think. So you are telling something true because you have to teach, of course, you have to use Spanish to teach them in English. I understand that.
Okay.
Hey, Carolina, thank you very much. Our time is short, I think. It's very short with all the activities that we have to develop today. Okay, thank you. You have done a great work speaking. How was your experience learning English and teaching English? Thank you for that. Per name, please tell me how was your first experience learning English? If you remember your first class in a classroom.
Okay, so well, I had my first contact with the English when I was 8 years old. My mom paid for a friend of her uh, who knew English, So since that time, I started to learn English. And when I was in the school, I always had good scores. In that time, the English was just learning words and translate. So almost the tests, the exams are were the same. So only you need to translate some words or translate some sentences. But that time was easy. But when I joined to the Air Force, I had some problems because that was advanced English, and I had to learn some structures. But anyway, I had a
Este man habla
very
inglés con
good
acento.
level.
O sea, así como habla en español, solamente que...
Okay.
Go
Yes.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So I don't know. See if I were understood.
Yes. Thank you, Renee. Thank you very much, Renee. Thank you for sharing with us your experience. Uh, Hi, Diana. How are you?
Hello, I'm sorry. I was talking to my mom about my cousin, and I didn't realize that I had the microphone on. I'm sorry.
Was
I said that I was going to be at 8:20, but I just got late with him, so I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I was speaking when I was calling. I'm sorry.
okay? Don't worry, Diana. Sometimes it could happen. Um,
I'm
Diana,
sorry.
we
Yes.
are we are we are talking about how was our first experience in learning English.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
we yes, we are practicing the regular verbs, speaking in simple past, telling the experience that we have had in our first class of English. I was telling to my students that for me was traumatic because I didn't understand anything. The teachers were talking everything in English, and for me was very stressful, and I was full of anxiety. I was anxious to learn English. Um, I would like to know about you, Diana. How are you? Please tell us. How are you? How was your weekend?
Okay. Okay. When I was the first time, you mean in school or you mean in a different
No,
institute?
no, learning English. How was
Yeah,
the first experience?
yeah, but we learned English at school. But I mean, you mean that, or you mean when I was only studying English?
When you decided to learn
Mm,
English,
okay.
only learning, because we have studied in the school, of course, as mandatory English. But when we decided to learn English, master English, how was your experience?
Well, I was 16. I was 16 when I decided to study, and I had a good teacher. She spoke British English. I didn't like that because, well, the British have a different accent, and it's difficult for me. So then she was my first teacher, and then I had class with her the first time from 6 to 7, and then I had class with my other teacher, but she was American. So it was a bit difficult because she demanded me to speak in British English in her class, and the other teacher demanded me to speak in American English. Yes, so my brain kind of exploded the first day because they were different accents. Yes,
Yes.
so I finished the first class with my British teacher, and she made me say, for example, was. Yeah, so I was. Then when I was in the other class, my teacher said, no, 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 don't say I was, say I was. And then, oh my gosh, it was a bit difficult to get used to that because, well, I finished the one class with one accent and then the other class, so that was a bit difficult for me. The first 2 months, I think it was a nightmare for me.
So you was I forgot the word. I forgot the word, but I understand your situation, Diana.
Yeah,
You
that
were
was terrible.
lost. You were lost. Okay, thank you very much, Diana. You have had a good experience with English, I think. Amazing, amazing. Juliet, please tell us, how was your first experience learning English? How did you feel?
Well, I don't know. I think that it was in uh, traumatic because when I was little, I remember that I used to listen music in English, and I was pretty familiar with the language for listening music in English and see and watch movies and series in English with subtitles, obviously. But I was pretty familiar. And in my school, I don't know, I don't have yearly memories about it. I just remember the kind of no, the classes of secondary school, and was pretty I don't know, normal because, well, I always had all my classmates see me always like that I was the good in English, and always seems like I have a lot of pressure over me because everyone expects a lot of me, like you have to know this because you are good at it, and always wasn't in that way. So I don't know. It was kind of no easy, but not too difficult.
Juliet, maybe because I don't know, you have the opportunity to enjoy English, and when we enjoy the process of learning English, we achieve the goals of learning. I think quickly. Like,
Hmm.
you have enjoyed your process of learning English.
Yeah, I always loved English, and I was pretty nerd at it in my English classes of school. I always was the only one excited when the English class start.
Okay. Thank you very much, Julia. Thank you for
Yeah,
sharing
okay.
us your experience learning English. Lisette, please tell us. It's your turn. Tell us how was your experience of learning English.
Okay, teacher. Um, my traumatic experience was the last class with you, teacher.
Oh no,
About the environment.
environment
No,
was
mentira.
about environment.
Eh, I studied some years ago in a English institute called
Yes. Yes.
Cambridge, here in Popayán.
Oh, that's great.
And first, my teacher, my first teacher, spoke very well and with fluent. And for me, it was very difficult to understand. Understand?
Understanding.
Yes.
Yes.
Um, and one activity that that we presented
Yes.
was a, how do you say, obra de teatro? I don't know, play? I don't know.
Was Diana, could you help me with that word? Theater. Theater.
It's a play. Yes,
Play?
she's right.
Yes. Ah,
Yes,
okay. Thank
play.
you.
Thank you.
And with my classmates presented a play about, I don't remember the topic, but for me was very difficult because
And,
I
and, you
I
said,
had a lot of nervous.
and were a lot of people. It was in public. Public.
What, teacher?
And when you were doing that activity, there were a lot of people
No,
because
no.
only you, the
Only
students,
maybe
your classmates.
9 or 10 students, no more, and the
Thanks to
teacher.
God. That's because
But I am very nervous. I had nervous, and I had, do you say timid? I don't know.
shyness. Shy. I was shy. Shy.
Shy.
Shyness.
Yes, I'm
Shy.
very shy. Very shy. My face turns red color. Normal.
Okay.
That was
Thank you.
my experience, teacher. And I
Okay.
have others, but in my work. But another time, I spoke about that. I speak about that.
Thank you very much, Lisa. Thank you.
Thank you.
Um, Students, you have done a good work developing this first activity that was speaking about your past experiences learning English. I think that you have had an amazing experience learning English. And now it's time to go to learn how we can use the verb would. As I told you at the beginning of this encounter will be a good opportunity to practice and to use about the use of this modal verb that is very useful. And to begin with this activity, I'm going to share with you my screen. I I would like that you watch this video, but I'm going to send you the link. So you have 40 minutes, no, 40, 4 minutes to watch the video. The video is very easy to understand because the man who is playing that topic, he speaks very well, and I think that you will understand everything, how you can use the modal verb would, and the right pronunciation of that verb. Please tell me when you have watched the video to continue with the activity, okay? Go ahead, listen to the video. The link is in the chat. Okay, my students, I hope that you have understood the video. I think that this is the easiest way to use this modal verb would to describe the things that we like and we desire to have, that we would like to have, such as he was explaining that the use of would uh, using the verb like is a good example and the easiest way to use it. But if you have noticed when he was explaining the use of would with another verb such as go, he was he was saying that uh, I would I would go. Yo iría. This form is for use with conditionals. We have to add if a condition. Okay. The next step is to go deeper in that lesson. I hope that you haven't understood the use of the modal verb would. Viviana, have you understood the use of would?
Yes, teacher, I understand.
What do you think about it? Is it easy to use or not?
Excuse me, teacher, can you repeat?
It is you. Is it use? It is no. Wait, sorry. Is it easy to use or not?
Yeah, I don't understand.
No,
Que si yo lo uso.
no.
Okay.
For you, is easy to use or
Ah,
not?
yes. Sorry. Yes, it's easy.
Very easy, I think. I think that it is this 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 strategy that he has explained is a very simple way to explain the modal verb would.
Mhm.
Now I'm going to explain you more uses of verb would. And I'm going to ask you this question. These questions are for you. You have to answer these questions using the modal verb would with would like. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to read for you how we can use. Um, okay, I have missed one word here. How we can use the modal verb would. There are many ways to use the modal verb would that is an auxiliary. During this section, we are going to use the modal verb would to express desires, polite questions, and answers. Um, and a little bit about conditions because I have here one example. So you will notice during the speaking section. Okay, here you have some examples. Would to express desires. I would like to eat that fruit. I would like to travel to Argentina. I will love is another way to say I will like because this is the easiest way. I will like, I would like, I will like. Okay, and it's very common to use it. Um, and the another example is I would like to work in another country one day. Okay, uh, as you are noticing, it's very easy to use the modal verb would when we have to express desires or something like that. Diana, please tell me, I'm right with that explanation, or you have something else to say about the use of the simple way to use would?
Yes, I'm sorry. Um, well, the yes, that's like the normal way to speak, but there is a contraction of course. So you don't say would, but you say only I'd. So it makes the sentence shorter, and it's very common for English native speakers because they really like to speak fast, right? As we do in Spanish, they like it. So yeah, they use a lot of contractions. So for example, they wouldn't say I would like to eat that fruit, but they would say I'd like to eat that fruit. Yes. So
Diana,
that's the only thing that maybe you didn't say or I didn't hear.
okay, Diana, I didn't do that because I didn't make you feel confused because it's very similar to say I wait, I had. I, we have to be smarter to find a way to make the difference, I think. Or I don't know how to make the difference.
But you know what, teacher? When we make that for had, it's not very common for like if you wanted to say that you had, for example, a bad experience or something, you wouldn't say or you shouldn't say I'd a bad experience because it doesn't mean that. It's most commonly when you say had better. Yes, that's like the only expression. When you say you'd better wear a raincoat or you'd better have an umbrella because it's going to rain, but not to express the verb had in past. Actually, I hadn't heard about that, about the use of had in a contraction like that. So that's why I mentioned the contraction with would. But I don't know. Maybe you
Okay.
heard that, but I didn't. I'm sorry.
No, thank you very much, Diana, for your appreciation.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to continue. I'm going to ask you some questions. Uh, this is the basic questions for you, I think. Are questions that you will answer very, very easy. I'm going to begin with Lisette. Lisette, would you like to drink some tea?
I'm here.
Hi, Lisette. Would you like to drink some tea? It's for practice.
Would you like to drink some tea?
Yes.
I
Answer.
don't like tea, teacher.
No. You have to. Oh, I didn't explain the way of express negative form. Okay. I I wouldn't.
I wouldn't like to drink tea.
Okay, you have done right. Amazing, I think. Um, this is only for practice. Don't think in boring lesson plan. Don't think in that. It's only for practice. Okay? I
Okay.
promise the in another activity, in the following activity, you will enjoy this great speaking section. I think that is boring, but we have to do it because we have to practice, okay? Um, Juliet, would you like to study English in Canada?
Yes, of course. I would like a
Okay.
lot.
That's the idea to use would like. Okay. You have done an excellent answer, I think. Okay, thank you. Fernand, how would you like to learn English?
Uh, I would like learn English, speaking more fluency, and maybe in an interchange in other country.
Mm, that's great. That's great. It could be an opportunity to learn. um, It will be is another expression. It will be, podría ser, it will be a great opportunity for Fernand to learn English that way. Hi, Diana. Diana, it's your turn. Where would you like to spend your next vacations?
Me quedan las manos y eso que ya estamos
Beautiful.
I'm sorry, but my mom is here with me.
Give her a kiss.
But well, I don't know, but on my next vacation, I'd really like to go to, well, I'd love to go to Canada or to go to the United States or to go to Paris. But as I don't speak French very well, I think the best idea could be the United States or Canada, properly Canada. But if I have to be like, if I have to be more, how can I say this, more conscious, or if I have to have my feet on the earth, maybe I think I would travel to somewhere, nearer to my house.
It's better when you are near to your house.
Yeah.
Thank you, Diana. Carolina, I don't know. Imagine that you have two options. You have two options. That is a difficult question because I didn't put images or nothing. I didn't put anything there to make an example of this question. But this question is very useful, I think. This question is popular, very popular. We have to ask this question a lot of times. Carolina, imagine that you have two things, okay? Which one would you like to choose?
No, I don't know, teacher.
Oh.
Okay, imagine
that you have to. You have to say, I would like to choose this one. You can say that. Imagine that you have to choose. And you have to choose one, and the salesman or saleswoman asks you this question: which one would you like to choose?
I don't know.
I would like to choose this one or the red one. I would like to choose.
I'm sorry?
Okay, go ahead, Diana.
Carolina, imagine that you're going to decide, okay, I have a Samsung and an Apple cell phone. Yes? Which one would you like to choose? Which one would you prefer? The Samsung, the Apple?
The Apple.
No,
okay,
no,
but now say the expression with I would.
Okay. Yes. Okay, thank you. Yes, I would like, or I would prefer.
Yes, I would love.
Yes, I would prefer iPhone or Apple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Carolina. Diana, thank you. You are my angel. you are my angel. My ángel de la guarda. I don't know how to say that. You will save me. Thank you for that, Diana. Good example. Viviana, it's your turn. And the last question.
Yes, teacher.
What would you... No. No. I have this question wrong. What would you... No. What would you like to do in your job? That's the right question. I have a mistake there.
Don't worry, teacher. Okay. I would like to teach English.
English. What kind of people would you like to teach English?
Children, especially.
Children. Why?
I would like
I have a
to teach English
question.
to children.
Why? Wait a moment. Why would you like to teach English to children?
Because
No. I would like to teach
I would like
all the
to
protocol.
yes, I would like to teach English
So,
the children because I love the children. I prefer the teach the teach English to children.
okay. Thank you, thank you. You have done a good effort, Diana. Thank you. And sorry, I have a cold. I am sick today, but it's not an obstacle to give you my speaking section today. I have a special note here. To give a polite answer, you must follow the structure of the question. Always you have to be careful, and always, in all the questions that the people ask you, uh, in the in questions. If they are asking you, would you like? You have to answer, I would like. Another example could be, have you been? Is another example. And you have to follow the structure. Always, you have to listen careful the questions to give the right answer. Okay. In this case, if we are using the modal verb would, your answer has here is another mistake. I have a lot of mistakes. Your answer has to have would. Okay. Have you understood my idea with this? Okay.
Yes, it was good.
Okay, thank you, Diana. Here is, and I think that conditionals is a little more advanced to use of the modal verb would, but I'm going to give you a piece of that great cake. Okay, maybe you are going to study this topic in intermediate course or advanced course of English, the mandatory courses that you have to study. Maybe you are going to study deeper this topic, but I'm going to give you a piece of this great cake because it's another way. It's another way of use the modal verb would to speak using to speak or form conditionals using the modal verb would. We need to follow this structure. I don't like to use these structures because it burns. It burns with the need that you have to speak in English. You will achieve this competence if you practice English. But this is for the formula that you have to use. But don't remember that formula. Okay, only use the example. One example: if I was invisible, you will not see me. Okay. If I was invisible, you will not see me. Okay. I'm going to tell you that sentence in Spanish, okay? To understand better. Si fuera invisible, tú no me verías, okay? Okay.
Teacher, I'm sorry.
Go ahead and thank you for your intervention.
Yes, this is the modal verb would is used in the second conditional. Yes, an imaginary situation in the past with an imaginary situation or result in the future. Yes, but when we're talking about the verb to be, where is used for all pronouns. So you should say, if I were invisible, you would not see me.
Diana,
If
thank you.
she were invisible, if you were, okay, were is used for all pronouns.
Diana, so thank you for that. If I thought to say if he were, always is were. I have to
Yes,
change.
always were. No was.
Okay, thank
Because
you.
that's the rule. That's the rule. Only that rule.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. I
Thank you.
I have to use this one always. Always I have to use this one. Not this. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Because I was wrong with the use of direct. I thought that it was the regular verb to be, but it's a good intervention, Diana. I'm going to correct this for my second contact that will be tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, here you will see another examples. Um, look at carefully here. I will walk. Is as in the video was explaining, I will walk, caminaría. But when we are talking, imagine I'm going to, no, wait. Caminaría is as if you have a condition to do that activity. So you have to complete that answer. I will walk if you were with me. If you go with me. Okay, it could be one example. I will eat if. Okay, we have to, when we are using this modal verb to build up conditionals, we have to use if and a second part. Okay. And here are more examples. I will watch the TV if I can find a good movie. I will go to the park if we have the dog with us. Okay. Common expressions using will. These expressions are very useful. You don't have, I think that you will, if you learn them, you will have, you will find other ways to communicate your ideas, maybe. If I will have, si tuviera, is very common in Spanish, and I consider that in English it's very important to use this expression. Okay? It will be, esto sería, will have, tendría. Okay? I told you that in Spanish because you have to find them. Or I recommend you to build up sentences using these common expressions. And I hope that you have achieved the competence today in this encounter to use this expression and this another one. No, wait, this another one. Try to practice a lot these three expressions that are very useful. And this is the last part of this encounter. We are going to create a poster. I don't know, someone has something to say? Please go ahead. Someone has questions about it. Viviana, did you understand
Yes,
the did you understand the topic?
Yes, teacher, I understand.
It was
Thank
clear.
you.
And
Yes,
Carolina,
teacher.
please tell me, how was the topic? Did you understand the topic?
The topic
The topic.
or wool.
Would. Yes, I would
Yes, I would
prefer, I would
like.
love.
Mhm.
And the another expressions that I recommend you to build to build up sentences. You have to build up sentences in order to achieve good competence with the right use of the modal verb would. That is very important. It will provide you more opportunities to express and feel confident in English. Well, for the final activity, uh, wait a moment. Well, for this is the last one. You are going to learn use this tool. Is Canva. Canva is an amazing tool that you can find on internet. Canva allow you to create posters. Uh, you are teachers. Sorry. You can log in with Google or Facebook. Here's the platform of Canva. Here you can learn how to create posters for your students. Did you remember this one? I have created one that I have sent you by email. Did you remember this one that I have sent you by email one day? Remember you the speaking section and encouraging you to participate in these amazing encounters. I have created this using this great tool. It's very easy to use. I'm going to use, I'm going to teach you and I'm going to show you how you can use it, okay? The idea, wait a moment. Look, that is very easy to, to work with this great tool. You can change the photographs. Okay. Sorry, I'm lost. The teacher who is teaching you is lost. Don't worry for that. Don't be as don't be afraid. Your teacher will find the solution. I can change that word, that image. Sorry, my students. Oh wait, here is the link to upload photographs. Okay, you can upload your photographs here. Okay, I'm going to upload one photograph. This beautiful photograph I'm going to upload. You can something like that, and write something. I would like to ask you to enter to that link. Please try to enter to that link. Okay, don't worry, Fernay. I was explaining you the use of Canva. Okay, and I'm going to send you the link. Here you have the link. The idea is that you enter. Yeah, you have to create an account, Juliet. But you create the account very easy. You have to click on acceder or log in, and you will have the opportunity to log in with Facebook or Google account. You have to click on log in with Google and will be very, very easy. This tool is very practical for you. The idea is that you have to create a poster. You have to create a poster. You're going to create a poster, and I would like to have you posters. I don't know. Please try. I don't know how practice a lot using this tool. Find experiment, make experiment with this great and amazing tool online. Cacharrean is the word in Spanish. Okay. Take advantage of this great tool to create posters. Diana, who is a teacher, Carolina, Ferney, Juliet, to develop to your tags. I recommend you to use this great tool a lot. It's very to use, mm, very easy to use, sorry, very easy to use. And if you don't have any idea how to design a, um, a poster, here you will find a lot of templates that you can use, okay? If you have to, these posters are very useful for teachers, I think. If you have to make advertising for events in your schools where you are working, this could be an amazing tool. So please give me your comments about this tool. Promise to me that you are going to use a lot this great tool that is called Canvas. The idea was to develop one poster describing your superhero, but I don't know if you want, but the time is short as it's very late today, and we don't have a lot of time to develop a poster today. Okay, sorry for that. Please practice. I recommend you a lot to use this amazing tool. Um, I don't know if you wait a moment. Okay, I don't know if you have some comments about this great encounter that we have today. Please go ahead, make your comments about the things that we have to enhance. And if you have suggestions, all suggestions are welcome here. Lisette, what you can say about this encounter today?
Okay, teacher. The encounter was I learned some about the auxiliary wood. For me was very clear its use.
He said,
I
promise to me that you will use the tool of Canva, okay?
Okay.
You have to make experiments with that tool because it's very useful. You will find a lot of resources. When you when you will be a teacher, it tool will provide you a lot of opportunities to make didactical games, maybe posters for your school, for your university, about information that you have to give to your students. You have to experiment a lot this tool because if you learn to use this tool, it could be an enriched experience for you. Juliet, I don't like to to let you homework because homework is stressful. I think is my opinion. It's better when we enjoy to do things, not homework. Homework I hate. Or maybe it's because I have a lot of tasks to develop in my UNAT courses. Maybe it's that reason. And I work and I don't like to let you homework. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Lisette. Juliet, what you can, do you have something to say about this great encounter that you could say about it?
Well, what can I say? No, I enjoyed this class. I don't know. It was pretty interesting for me. I learn more about this modal verb because I always hear it in movies and series, and well, you sometimes want to know the backward the back. I don't know. Se me olvidó el trasfondo de esa palabra.
Okay, don't worry. Pernay, please give me your opinion about the encounter. Did you have learned things about this encounter? Have you enjoyed it?
Yes, teacher, I enjoyed, but I think we need to practice more speaking. Maybe we need some more examples. So I think if you say the topic and we speak and you correct, I think we can improve from the mistakes. So I think we need to practice more speaking.
Okay, thank you. Good opinion. I promise that the following encounters you will speak more. I'm going to develop the activities for more speaking activities for you. Um, Diana, please tell me your opinion.
Well, I yes, I really strongly agree with Fernay. I think he's absolutely right. We of course I really thank you for the computers class because that's really interesting. I am right now in this very moment I am making a poster for an invitation that I made to my students for tomorrow. We're going to eat ice cream. So I'm creating like an invitation for them to, I don't know, to have it and to remember that day. Yes.
Okay, that's
So I
amazing.
would like to thank you. Thank you very much because I had no idea. But yeah, what's his name? I'm sorry. What Fernay says is very true. Yes. So for example, if you want to teach us something more about technology or anything, and you want us to make an activity, it could be only about speaking. For example, today's activity could have been very good if you made us speak about the topic of being a superhero. For example, what kind of superpower would you prefer? So I would say, I don't know, if I were a superhero, I would like to be invisible because that's pretty good. So yeah, I think that the classes are pretty good, but maybe if we speak and you correct us and you tell us more ideas, that could be nice or nicer.
Okay, Diana, great suggestion. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Carolina, please tell me about what do you think about this encounter?
Teacher is happy for the encounter. Is an enjoy. I learned to the new thing, but and review the topic for I I will see.
Thank you. Viviana, please tell me, how was this experience for you?
Okay, teacher. Today's meeting was very productive. I understand the modal verb well. The modal verb would and Canva tool. Yes,
Yes, Canva.
Canva tool looks very interesting for me.
I hope that you can practice a lot using the tool. Well, my students.
Thank you so much, teacher, for sharing the tool.
Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome. And thank you, my students, to be here. It's all for today. I appreciate a lot your significant comments to enhance this encounter. I promise that I will try a lot to make more activities where you will have the opportunity to practice the topic and speaking skills. I promise that. It's all for today, my students. I hope that you will have a good rest this night, and I hope that you can participate in the next encounter that will be on Thursday. And see you later. And thank you to be here.
Bye, teacher.
Bye bye. Thank you very, very, very much.
Bye bye.
Bye, teacher.
Good night.
Bye bye, everyone.